And what you have to do is you have to slam your spacebar on the 7 feet to save patients in a hospital. This is some footage from Comic-Con just last month. They are pressing the button on the 7 feet, no matter what happens to the screen. On the 7 feet, every 7 feet. Why 7? It's it's part of the game. Yeah. It's a music theory mechanic. You got sound problem? Okay, yeah, it's entirely one button. It can be played blind, and it's meant to teach complex music theory. And we can do that because it's a rhythm game designed from the ground up by a musician. Okay, so my name is Hafiz. I'm the designer and composer of the game. The other Malaysian on the team is Winston Lee. He's the artist, and we are working with someone from Peru called Giacomo. And we found a bunch of our fans of our demo, and we hired them to help us finishing the game. We're also working with publishers in China and Japan, in Innova in China, and Cut3 Games in Japan. We've won a bunch of awards last year. We won Best Audio Enterprise in Singapore, we won Best of Korea, BIC, won Best Audio Level Up KL just a few months ago. We've gotten a bunch of international press coverage, Polygon, and these are big mainstream games media sites. And our web demo has 750,000 players. Yeah. This is our timeline of what has happened in the past year. So way back in 2012, we released our web demo. We got an IGF nomination in 2014. We won the MDEC run in 2015. 60,000 ringgit. 60,000. We did an engine rebuild in 2016, and we're aiming to release the game in May of this year. Yes. So our vision is to become the first company you think of when you think about unique music-driven themes. Yeah, thank you very much. I did engineering at Cambridge, but I switched to doing games because because we made a demo while we were in school, and the demo became famous, so we were like, okay, let's try this for a year or two. Well, we'll be done in just a few months, so no problem.
We are the founder of the company, and we have grown from 0 people to now we have almost 10 people in the team. So yeah, currently we are working on our title called Re-Legend. So Re-Legend is actually a combination of farming, fishing, combat, and you can catch your own monster pets, and you can play with your friends, so that's a multiplayer game. And it's catered for the PC. So 2017 has been a really important year for us. So let me just share a few things that happened to us. So the first thing I would like to share about is the Square Enix Collective. It's a validation platform for indie developers by one of the world's largest game company called Square Enix. We are the only project globally with 99% upvote. And after that, we started our Kickstarter campaign, and we successfully raised almost 2 million ringgit from the global public. And we are also the most funded project in Southeast Asia. So, other than that, we do have coverage from, we do have featured in more than 100 videos worldwide from most of the major media. And last year, 2017, we successfully secured $1 million publishing deal. So that's our 2017. So yeah, move on to the next slide. We will have our vision and our future. Actually, for us, it's very simple. The only thing we have in mind is to grow as strong as we could and to contribute to the Malaysian industry to show the world that Malaysia believes. Thank you very much. Re-Legend game. Yeah, you can get married in game actually. Yeah, we have a demo and our workplace is over here as well. I think for our Kickstarter campaign, we already have almost more than 7,000 people sign up.
Alright, thank you, DC. Alright, now we'll get Pixel Tails. Alright. Okay, there you go, uniform. You got uniform.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to introduce you Pixel Tails and Berhormat. We are young, we started on 2013. So what do? We are specialized in digital game development, and we are expertise in deliver multiplayer game content and AR VR games. Besides that, we also help different brands to gamify their retail products. Yes. So as I say, we are young, but we are mature. We have 4 core team members. All of us has more than 10 years experience in the game industry, and our skill set is very well balanced. That 2 of us has very good technical background, and another 2 of us has very good in art design knowledge. So this allows us to participate in many different type of projects. So let's talk about achievement. I think the most proud of is our portfolio. We have working with a lot of different brands and different companies. So here is a few companies that well recognized. We help TM to build their e-commerce website. We help Alliance Bank to build casual game to promote their new release credit card. We also help Malaysia Airport to build a utility apps to promote passengers to do more spending and shopping in the airport with their MasterCard. So on for KFC, H&M Season, 40 and many other brands. So what we are doing now is we are working closely with an agent that partner with Ford. So we building a racing running game to promote the new model of Ford Ranger. So besides helping all the brands to gamify their retail product, we also would like to develop our own intellectual property content. So this is our first self-funded project named Galaxy Titans, which is players need to play together to defeat the Titans, who is conquer the galaxy. So this is a multiplayer real-time shooting games which is going to release on mobile. So what is our long-term direction is we wish to transform ourselves into IP creation factory that create original contents for multiplayer genre. So this and not last, we wish to get recognized.
So we wanted to share with you these ways of doing it. Maybe we can think about using it for our government work. Alright, thanks Alex. I invite Shah now from Kaigan Games.
Good evening everyone, I'm Shah. Good evening everyone, I'm Shah from Kaigan Games. We are a 6-man team and, 6-person team to be politically correct. And that's me. Alright, next slide. So, somehow the white text is not showing. Okay, it's okay, fine. I'll just explain. Sorry. So we made a game called Sarah's Missing last year, which had over 3 million downloads. We also made a game called Simulacra this year, which was launched recently, and it has amazing reviews. We have like 4.9 rating on Google Play, 4.9 on App Store, 82% on Metacritic, and so on. We have over 15 million views on YouTube, and that's just for the game which was launched like just 3 months. 15 million views on YouTube. That's right. Well, the numbers are double for our Sarah's Missing game, which is 30 million views. But this was just yeah, just launched. So this was like a year back. And Sarah's Missing has over 3 million downloads, so yeah. Moving on. These are the awards that we have gotten. We quite a few, but the most important I would say so far is we won the Best Mobile Game Award at Casual Connect USA just yesterday night. Thank you. So hoping for a more amazing year for 2018. Next. So we are working on, since we won so many awards, so we're just adding a number 2 behind it when doing Simulacra 2 this year. And we have one to be announced, so just why that's it there. So there's a new project coming up in the ranks. And okay, that's pretty much it, I guess. Thank you.
But yeah, 100 degrees.
Thank you. Good afternoon to Yang Berhormat, Datuk Seri Dr. and distinguished guests. My name is Wan Hasmir and I'm the founder of Metronomic. Yeah, can move next. So, unlike my fellow friends here who have really amazing portfolios, by the way, we are new. And yeah, give a round of applause for me for doing it. Unlike them, we're new. We just established ourselves last year in December. But I have equally big ambitions for this country. And the big ambitions I picked up from Japan, actually, because I've worked in a giant company in Japan called Square Enix for 7 years. And I picked up a lot of things, including working as a lead game designer for Final Fantasy 15, which has sold more than 6.5 million units worldwide. And I'm known, I think still, as the person who put roti canai also, for lack of better word, I kind of manhandled the Prime Minister because he had to play a VR game on fishing, and so I had to guide him. Oh yeah, you were there as well, right? Yep. But now I have a different dream, and that is especially for Malaysia, and I'm glad to share my dream with 12 other people in the company. And please stand up, first Metronomic, please. Yes. Really great people. Okay, thank you. Yep. Yeah, I opened in December last year.
So 2 months only.
2 months only, but thanks to the facilities here by the government, funded by the government, it's really quick. I got all these people to share my things with me. And yeah, thank you, Commune. Thank you, MDEC. Okay, continue. So the game that I'm working on right now is a game called No Straight Roads, and I find it very interesting because everyone loves music in this world. They keep listening to the radio in the car and all that, but not everyone loves games, not everyone plays games, right? And I'm planning to bridge that gap. How do I use music in games but not just putting music in games as is? You know, making sure that they coexist in a harmonious fashion. So we're going to make sure that every element in the game involves music. And next, just in these 1.5 months, we have created wonderful work of art and a lot of planning involved, and we had a lot of market analysis as well. You can actually see all that on the board later if you go into the office. Okay, next. Oh yeah, also follow our Facebook page. And our long-term plan. As you notice, Metronomic is based on the shape of a metronome, so we care about the beat of life, the rhythm of life. So the first thing we're going to do is, we're going to create a game once per year. That game just now was for the PC and PS4. Usually PS4 games take 2 years, but we plan to do it in 1 year because of my expertise in Square Enix, and I'm bringing it from there. And also creating a music engine for the game as well for any other developer to use. Next. I'm also planning to contribute a lot to the Malaysian game industry by creating programs for the company. I'm also going to attend a lot of workshops and maybe even creating syllabus for some Malaysian education systems. Mentoring, don't know, they are all my seniors. Mentor future people. Yeah, and I also put all the stuff that we created on the board and share it on Facebook so anyone can ask any questions, ask how we did it and all that stuff. And also, I plan in the long run to open my own primary and secondary school that encourages creative learning on top of the normal syllabus. Right? And all that, IP creator, opportunity provider, and educator forms the basis of Metronomic. I believe 2018 is going to be an exciting year for all of us. Thank you.
Yes.